I found this stray dog wandering around my neighborhood, so I brought her in my home. She didn't have a collar or anything, so I figured, yep, definitely a stray dog. But I wasn't going to let her around my dog until I got her checked for worms and to see if she had a microchip. So here we are at the vet. Her nails are a little long. She's definitely not well taken care of. Definitely a stray, right? So I find out that she isn't microchipped and she doesn't have worms. So I take her home and let her play with my dog. So I got her a brand new collar and everything and took her home and let her play with my dog. Look at this. Very cute. They're getting along just fine. Look at that. But just a day later, this guy shows up. And he claimed that that was his dog. And the weirdest part was he starts yelling at me saying, "Are you blind? Did you not see the flyers?" When these things just appeared out of the blue. They weren't there when I took her to the vet, bought her food, and was taking care of her the last 2 days. So that means he just put those up. Now prior to this, I put her up on Facebook and asked if anybody was missing a dog like this, just to be sure that she didn't really have an owner before I took her in as my own. So I started to get suspicious and think that this guy just got a picture off Google that looked like the dog and taped up a flyer a block up from my house to claim that he's been putting flyers up all day just so he can get a free dog. But I open up the door and the guy starts calling the dog's name and she seems to answer to it. She didn't seem too excited to go to him though. But then he proceeds to yell at me because there was a collar on the dog and he starts to accuse me of trying to steal his dog. I was expecting him to be happy and joyful that I found his dog and posted her on the internet so that he could find her. But he rips off the collar and it's like, "You put a collar on my dog's neck, get it out of here," and throws it on my lawn. "My kids are crying the past few days because their dog is missing and you've had her the whole time. Are you blind? Are you not seeing the flyers?" But I respectfully explained to him that why would I try to steal your dog if I posted her up on the internet to find the owner? I even took her to the vet to see if she was microchipped. And he continues to yell at me. So at this point I get pissed and I raise my voice and then he starts to calm down and he apologizes. He goes, "Oh, you're right, I'm sorry, I'm just upset that my kids were crying because we lost our dog." And I'm like, "I understand that. I'd feel the same way if I thought someone was trying to steal my dog, but why would I try to steal your dog if I posted her on Facebook?" I wasn't originally going to do it, but I gave him the vet bill and I said, "Hey man, I spent $80 on your dog, so let me get some." He said he only had $40 cash on him and he would cash at me the rest, but I said, "You know what, $40 is fine. Just take your dog and get out of here." And guess who I see just a week later? This cute little puppy wandering around with no owner and no collar once again. Now, because of how rudely he handled the last interaction, I didn't touch her, didn't bring her home. I just finished walking my dogs and went home. As much as it pained me to do. And guess who came knocking on my door the very next day? This guy's children. He had his daughter and son come up crying, asking me if I found the dog. He didn't even have the balls to come up and ask me himself. So I regrettably told the kids that I didn't have their dog this time. And I don't know where this sweet little thing ended up, but I hope she found a better home. But moral of the story is, don't be a douche to people that are trying to help you.
Woman comes home from work. She met a strange clown. The weird thing is that the clown pretends to be on the phone. The phone next to the woman even rang.
Hello? Sorry, how much good catch?
Hang up. The woman turned and left. At this moment, the clown was not happy. He immediately changed his face. The woman came to the platform to wait for the bus. However, when she turned her head, she was startled. But then the clown actually did the same thing as a woman.
Very funny.
The woman felt a little scared, so she quickly turned and left. The woman took a few steps forward. She looked back, found that the clown was still imitating her actions. The woman hurried to the next platform. She looked around repeatedly, make sure the clown didn't follow her before she was relieved. The woman in shock hurriedly took out an apple to crush the shock, but just took a bite. Suddenly she found the clown sitting opposite. This time, the woman pretended not to see. Eat apples calmly, but when she wants to take another bite, her hand couldn't move. The woman looked at the clown with a puzzled face. Then there was the sound of a train in the distance. Suddenly the clown stood up, slowly walking to the middle of the platform. The woman was terrified, but there was nothing she could do.
Okay, so that's a really good question. So this is like my normal speed. This is like when I go and I'm just like trying to get my heart rate up, trying to get moved, and I normally just start at this speed, go for about 10 minutes doing this, and then when I want to speed it up so a little bit more, get a little bit more going, I just speed up to 1. And this is like a faster speed for me, so I'm pretty good at keeping up. It's just really exerting. So I just walk. Well, no, I'm not gonna say walk. I waddle. Okay, this is my waddle. So So I just waddle like this. And then if I want to go really fast, I go like this. Slay. And then, when I'm done, I pull this string. If I don't and I just stop, I'll literally get yeeted into the weights. So that's when I stop, I catch my breath, and then I go again.